I am live. Woohoo! It's another Wednesday. Woohoo! Let's see if anybody's here. I gotta find me first. Where is he? Where is I? There's Dee Dee. There's Ann C. Law. Live. Two watching. Hello, two that are watching. Live. It's Gail. Hi, Gail. It's good to see you. I hope things are well, and I bet you're probably pretty cold. My guess would be because if it's cold here in Florida, hi, Safia. If it's cold here, it's probably really cold where you are. And Safia, I saw some film footage of snow in England. And I don't know whether that snow was anywhere near you, or I knew you weren't going to tell your kids that it might snow. Yeah, I was going to ask you about your carving. And I'm sorry you've been not well, Gail. That's no fun. Been sick for a week now. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's too bad. That's not fun at all. There's some really weird stuff going on. People have been sick. I mean, really sick, but not COVID, but sick. So I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, that's pretty much the scenario that I'm hearing, that people take the COVID test and it comes back negative. The place got very cold at the end of last week, but no snow in London. Yeah. Wow, sub-zero temps. Woo, that is chilly. Well, many umpteen million years ago, I was in London in February and it snowed. I mean, it was a heavy, wet snow. And we were flying back to New York, and we were the last plane out of Heathrow. And then they closed the airport after we took off. And everyone was saying, oh, it never really does that here. But it was a really big flakes, heavy, wet snow. Would be kind of early, right, for you guys to get snow. If you were going to get snow, it would be more like probably January, February. Let's see. Yeah, we had something like that a month or two. Even the boys were feeling rough for a day or two, which is unheard of. Ups for myself. That's interesting. Didn't stick around. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. No, not Pam. PM. Oh my God. Mariah. I'm sorry. Nice to see you. I'm obviously enjoying your streams, you and your mom. You do have a very unique relationship, which I think everybody enjoys. Someone actually yesterday put in caps whether you needed a mediator or not. And so I thought that was interesting. And so I'm trying real hard to get into the Christmas spirit. I'm working at it, folks. I really am. I have kind of decided I'm going to put up my Christmas tree during my live. Hi, Barbara. During my live stream on Sunday, I have a tripod, and I think I did this several years ago. Hi, Andrea. So I think I will be able to film it pretty well. I'll do a close up. All of the ornaments on the tree I've made, because when I moved, I gave away everything, and I figured I would never. I've done it. Maybe. People were telling me, hi, Colleen. Great stream yesterday. Lots of laughs. I'm sure you must have been exhausted. And if anybody has not seen the stream, go back and check out Kathy Berg's stream yesterday. Dee Dee was the honored guest, and Colleen and Dee Dee got into it, and it was so funny. I mean, you just have to watch it. And I was thinking that Your sides must have been aching, Colleen, after all the laughter. Well, see, that's what people were telling me. They were telling me, well, you've got to put up the tree, and seeing the tree put up with the lights on, um, that would put me in the Christmas spirit. Uh, but I when I moved, I just figured I just wasn't gonna wasn't gonna bother, because it was just normally just me. Sometimes Richard and the boys come in from Utah, um, but not this year. But I went and bought myself a little 4.5, 5 foot tree from Michael's a couple of years ago. Didn't have any ornaments, so I started making them. I mean, they're very simple, but you'll see them on Sunday. Some of them I'm really happy with how they turned out, so I will be sharing those as I put them up on my little wee tree. And under the tree, I will put my red Ford Lego pickup that I put together. I bought that as a Christmas present for me a couple of years ago. I'll put that under the tree. You haven't started carving yet? Yeah, I know that. Look, it's December 6th. I've been following Louisa and Barbara and December, and I printed some stuff out. I even went as far to make a notebook. And then I just couldn't decide whether I wanted to do that, or I wanted to do a Christmas thing, or a combination of both. So I just don't know. I'll show you the notebook that I made. I tore apart a loose leaf, and then I'm going to make one. I was messing around with making like a loose leaf by using the rings. Was it for my grand? Yeah. Yeah. The kids make it. I mean, they really do. They're so excited. Even though I think last year was the last year that either of the boys believed in Santa Claus. But they're still young, and they still get very excited, and which is great. It's the spirit of all. And we finally have some cool weather. I mean, it's really hard to get in the Christmas spirit when it's 86 degrees out and feels like 93. But today it's pleasantly cool. So the leaves part, just not the snow part. Yeah, fall's my favorite, not the snow part. Well, that's what you said. You keep them over the mantle. Yeah, yeah. I bought one of those pre-lit trees. They're handy, man. I had a pre-lit tree, a big one at the other house. It was like all the way to the ceiling, 1,000 lights. And as the years went on, they would go out and forget trying to find which one was out. So I would just start adding strings of lights in the spaces where the other ones. I know. Well, see, they're used. I know it's summertime in Australia, and they're used to that, and that's their season. But I come from the cold, snowy north. I mean, living south of Buffalo doesn't get much colder or snowier than that. Snow from Halloween to Mother's Day. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. I remember the first time I ever got a Christmas card from somebody that lived in Florida. This is when I was still living in New York and I was a kid. And it was Santa Claus on a pair of water skis. And I thought that was the bomb. I thought that was hysterical. Yeah, winter solstice. Well, that's what I named my latest, Buffalo translates means snow in some language. That's what I titled my winter concertina, winter solstice. Yeah. I found a Christmas journal that I did last year. So I thought I would share that with you folks. And I did this by folding a magazine and folding the pages in half this way. And maybe if I show it over here away from, maybe if I cover, no, what can I cover that up with? That make the camera go crazy? Oh, that's not too crazy, maybe. How's that? And I'm crooked. What else is new, right? So this is one of those that let's see, December 3rd. How can you approach each day open to the unexpected? December 2nd, Friday. I don't know what that is. It's something that, whoops, why don't I start here in the beginning? Okay, December 1st. Believe in unearthing beauty, however hidden or subtle it might be. And took Mo and Sean to dinner. And there's the receipt. And oh, this is the rest of this picture. The horns going around. Look at me, labeled it and everything. Meekum Brothers. I didn't hear from them this year. They usually send me a thing and they make the most beautiful wreaths that last forever. And I hang it on my front door and outside, and I spritz it with water, and it lasts forever. And it has a fresh. And I can even smell the pine from it inside the house. But I didn't hear from them this year. I wonder what happened to them. Oh, there! Look, there's a picture of it. I actually took a picture of it with my phone, and then printed it out. That's what it looks like when it comes. It's a gorgeous wreath, and it's fundraiser. The school did it. December 3rd, streamed on Carol's channel with Becky. We did a watercolor painting of birdhouses. I'm sure that's not in here. LL Bean. Nice picture with some red cardinals. Let me see if I can't come down a little bit and stay in focus and in frame. So this was a Magnolia magazine. And I just folded the pages in half. There's a stamp. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Pretty generic. Just some pictures and stuff that I liked. Little beanie hats that I cut out from LL Bean. That's a Graphics Fairy Santa. A jolly old fellow that he is. Let's see. Does this open? Yeah. This is a pretty generic. Does this do anything? No, I guess not. This is not like me. Usually I have things that pop open and pop out, and this is interesting. This is just Christmas pictures, which is fine. But the pages are nice and sturdy because they're folded in on one another. You're doing a goddess stamp? Oh, wow, Kathy. Oh, there it comes. I knew I had to have a pop open. That's mine. Okay. I figured it's, you know me, I love doing these. And they're so easy. Once you understand the concept, they're so easy to make. And that's a die cut that I have. So there you go. Whoop. Reawakening Christmas, Let It Snow. Oh, look, here's another one. Just some cards and a little tag. Now it's more like me. Now it's looking a little bit more like me. Here's some other stuff in here. Happy New Year from Elizabeth. I'm not sure. Okay. Inspire. There's some other cards. That's from Arlene. And it's a pocket with nothing in it. It's interesting. And these pages are real sturdy. You keep on thinking that but it's just because they're folded in on one another with stuff glued on them. Yeah. Oh, that's glued on that. Let's see. Deck the halls with happiness. That's a pretty card. I don't know who that's from. We didn't sign it. That's weird. What's this? Oh, I love this sound. I love this sound. Let's see. Let's have another huge sheet of Speedy carb delivery. Oh, wow. I love the sound of sticky napkins. I really do. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Yeah. I think that's a Timmy stencil. Another napkin. Merry Christmas. And I guess that's it. Huh. I don't know. That's kind of random just to stick that there. I have no idea. So that was a couple of years ago. Wow. A goddess. I thought about it. Yeah. I don't have a CD player anymore, and I really should buy one. I've got a Bose little mini boom box. It's only about yay big, and I could buy a cheap CD player, and it would play through that. And that little box, it pushes out an enormous amount of music. I mean, great bass and everything. I've got a bunch of really good Christmas CDs. I love Mannheim Steamroller, and I've got Windham Hills. A lot of their Windham Hills Christmas stuff, and Manhattan Transfer. Because I have nice and interesting, and some Gregorian chants and traditional stuff. That's kind of fun to listen to. I don't know. Is anybody remember when they used to do those? When people would just, hi Kimberly, would do random stuff. It seemed random, and then they would all of a sudden there'd be a whole bunch of people dancing, doing the jitterbug at a mall or something. Yes, yep. I do too. Gregorian chants. And there was one year there was a group that sang the Messiah, and they looked like normal shoppers in a mall. And like two flash mobs. I couldn't remember the name of it, flash mobs. And a couple of people started singing, and the next thing you knew, there were probably about 25, 30 people singing Handel's Messiah. And everybody was just gobsmacked. I mean, stopped dead. And just stopped to listen. And then there's always that one or two that walk by and pretend that nothing has happened. And I don't understand those people at all. I mean, how you cannot be moved by that piece of music, or a whole bunch of people doing the jitterbug. I mean, that's just crazy. We have such outdated music alone. Just love it. Yep. Yeah. It was amazing. I mean, they're on YouTube. Just type flash mob. If you went on YouTube and you typed in flash mob Messiah, you would find it. I'm sure you would find it. So I thought I would make some. I've already said hi, Colleen. I started I'm going to be all over the place, folks. I'm just warning you. I just one of those very scattery days. I started making like tissue paper with stamps, and I thought I would make some Christmas tissue paper that could be used to collage or whatever. Yeah, my CD player. Yeah, all my stuff is on CD. And then what I did was I had a laptop that had a built-in DVD player, DVD CD player, and I attempted to transfer my entire CD collection onto that computer and then put it on an iPod. So I'd have all my music on a little iPod that I could just play on the boombox, the little mini boombox. But alas, it didn't work out. Day 12, checked what the next prompt is for 13, and it's one of the big ones. I'm planning whelp cowers. I don't know what that means, whelp cowers. That must be So I have some tissue paper here. Isn't this nice how nicely wrapped it is? And I did this with some other my stamps. And it's kind of neat. And it's a great way to get out your old stamps. These are commercial stamps, most of them. But I have some tissue paper here that I have kind of cut up. And this is kind of the tissue paper. This is Dollar Tree tissue paper that I use for jelly plate printing. Aha, tissue. I hardly know you. And so this will be kind of small, but that's okay. And then I always wonder what side to stamp on. There's two sides. There's a shiny side and there's a dull side. Devin's going to be live. No, I don't know what she, well, yeah, I guess she's going to be live. She's going to be live at 2:30 this afternoon. And I do believe she's going to be doing some jelly plate printing. I watched somebody the other day. And I actually understand. Well, I don't know why I can't understand jelly plate printing, because it's really not that complicated. I know there's a lot to do with the timing and too much paint or too little paint. I get that. But I don't know who's dinging me. Let me just check. And then when I turn off the notifications, oh, geez, Michaels. I'm not interested in Michaels. Geez. All right. When I turn off notifications, then I forget to turn them on. So I'm just going to do some random stamping just for a little bit, and then we can do something else. I got a whole bunch of Timmy stamps. I got, let's do some background snow. Hi, Roy. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's Hub Day or midweek or Hump Day, whichever of those phrases you prefer. I kind of like my Hub Day because I misspelled. Well, the other thing I have to do is I have to come up with a word for 2024. Last year, my word was hope. And I made this. I love making these. I should make some more of these. I've got 3 of them made now, but there's hope. This is random pieces of scrap paper. And this is a piece of drop cloth, canvas drop cloth that I've gessoed. And then I've just sewn on these little, and there's hope. That was my word for this year. And then you can hang it like so. I've got 3 of these. I should give those away. Like the, so I'm thinking of a word for this year. But nothing has come to me. Hope's such a great word because, you know, you hope things get better. You hope things stay the same. You know, you hope. Well, we need a lot of hope this year. And I thought maybe forgive would be a good word, right? Because you could use forgive, because there's always something that you can forgive, even if it's just forgiving yourself, which a lot of times we don't do. We're not very good at forgiving ourselves. So I'm leaning towards forgive as my 2024 word. And I think I like forgive versus forgiveness. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking forgive. Ooh, I like that. That's going to be pretty. I'm going to put that, and then we'll put stuff on top of that. I was sewing something yesterday. What the hell was I sewing yesterday? I can't even remember. Oh, I'll show you when I made that book. I've never journaled in a loose leaf, and I know that Colleen and Kathy use loose leaves. And in the December, it's a hard word to say. They're using a 6 ring. Yeah, I should. You're right. But this is actually, it's printing. I mean, it's stamping really well. I was gonna get a piece of foam, but I was too lazy. Actually, these 2 pieces of paper are working really well. And then I was going to do a Christmas masterboard. I did one of those a couple of years ago, and I've torn that up, and I see that. I thought of the word I wanted to use a couple of days ago, but now you can't remember it. Oh, that's interesting. Hope was on the advent calendar. Cool. Yeah, that was my word all last year. Deb Farrell made me a beautiful, like, Zentangle-y type of drawing type of thing with hope in the middle of it. Whoa, yeah. Well, democracy, yeah. That would not, maybe people could become reacquainted with the word. Maybe they should read the definition of it, huh? Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, it's scary. Very scary. This is a nice little background stamp. Way to go, Timmy. Hi, Kimberly. Did I say hi to you? I think I did. Yes. Yes, I know I did. All right, let's stick this there. Okay. Maybe need a little here, some here, and here, and maybe a piece here. All right. That came out really kind of nice. All right. Now, we need something that's going to be like solid that, we can see. And I think I got the perfect stamp. We got old Santa. Let's try Santa. Stick this over here. Well, I hope everybody who's not well is on the mend, healing and recovering. That's just not fun at all. I finished Christmas shopping for my son. Let's see. Many, many years ago, I sent him a check, and he didn't want the money. Bye, Kathy. Have a great rest of your day. And he refused to cash the check. Oh, now that looks good. So we made an agreement that, he would much rather have a gift. He didn't care how small it was or anything. So ever since then, I bought him something. And usually, I think I said this on Sunday, usually throughout the year, I pick up clues. He talks about whatever, and he might mention something. And like one year he was taking flying lessons, so I bought him a flight log book, little things like that. So I found some things, a couple of things like in Sharper Image, but that didn't really excite me that much. And I didn't even know whether he would like it or not. So I even told him what it was on Saturday when we were playing our Neverwinter. And it didn't really do much for me. And then this guy who I follow, He is I guess he's a, a DM, a dungeon master, but he also draws like D&D really cool maps. And he had a top 10 list of gifts for people that play Dungeon and Dragons or those type of games. And they're called, I know, tabletop, TTRP, tabletop role playing games, a TT. Yeah, okay. Sounds good, Roy. And so he recommended all of these various books. Oh, okay. All right. Let me write myself a note, right? And I'll send you a link to that video. Because this year for my son's birthday card, I drew a D&D type map. So I love the guy. He's very enthusiastic. And so I got a couple of those books for him. Yeah. Now he's got a whole slew. Some of them are really very recent. Now I got my son a very deluxe edition of a very high-end one, and it's interesting because it's printed at the MIT Press, and Dave graduated from MIT, so I hope he'll get a kick out of it. So I think the guy's name is Jay Covert. D&D book list. Yeah, he's got some really neat stuff. All right, yeah. And I know Dave's still. Dave's old. Dave's like 46 years old, and he still plays D&D with a bunch of his friends. So I think he's going to enjoy this book. It's more of like a tabletop, either spelling works. Yes. These look good. I'm liking this. Okay. Let's see. Put one down here. Barb, I have 3. I always think of Barb when I put things down because she is the 3 police. Can I have 4 or do I have to have 5? Well, I'm going to have 4. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. I like that. These are looking good. Okay. Now, how about, let's see. Oh, there's a stamp I never used. Well, we should have some Merry Christmas, right? It is a Christmas thing. So we should have Merry Christmas. So let's put a Merry Christmas on there. These stamps look a little dried out. Well, I don't use them but once a year. How often do you use your... Let's make sure. Let's see. Oh, this is Christmas greetings. I like that better. Yeah, that's not as... I should have re-inked myself before I decided to do this. Let's see. Hi, Becky. I didn't see you come in. Yeah, you can see that. Since Becky's here, this reminds me, my bridge has been, did I tell you this on Sunday? The bridge has been canceled for the whole month of December. We're not going to go back until January. So, and I got an email from my partner, and I don't know whether I told people this, but she is dropping out. Oh, okay. All righty. Thanks, Becky. So I'm losing my bridge partner, which I'm very sad because I really enjoyed playing with her. We suffered together, and we could make these facial expressions across the table from one another. Basically, this look on our faces of like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand what's going on, without even speaking a single word. We knew. Well, they'll get a partner for me. I mean, that's not. I don't have to. There'll be somebody there, but it's hard. You get to. But now, and I know what happened is the book 2, London Bridge is falling down. Yes. Now it's going to get really hard. Harder. No, really hard. Because the first book, you basically learn point count and yeah, she actually suggested that she actually invited me to the Navy Wives Luncheon. And I said, well, I am Navy in the sense that my father was Navy, and she said, oh, it doesn't matter as long as you have something, related to Navy, that it's all good. And so I might do that. It just doesn't seem like my kind of thing. Plus, I don't really have any nice clothes. I mean, to dress up in. I mean, not really dress up in, but I don't know whether I'd be very comfortable in that atmosphere with a bunch of, and these are all, and I'm not a Navy wife, I can't use that. You know why? Because it looks just like that. It's a nice little stamp, but it looks just like the snowflakes that are on there. So but yes, she's a lovely person. And I got some of these. I love these with the architectural, like the blueprint lines on them. They're really a lot of fun. I got some big ones of these and some little ones. Let's do a sled. Does anybody remember their sled? My youngest played bridge when they were partnered up. Oh. Huh. See, my parents played bridge, but it was really drinking and bridge. And I remember a lot of drinking and a lot of laughing and a lot of fun. I mean, I just remember them just having a grand old time as a kid. You had a flying saucer. Okay. I had an old-fashioned sled with the wooden slots and the bar across that you could steer it with. That's the sled that I had. I remember it very well. And we were talking, I think Roy was in here when we were talking. And when I was much older, we would drive over to Bethpage and go sledding on the golf course. And that would be a bunch of us. And we would be in a toboggan. And let's see, anyone in the South remember Flexi Flyers? No, not Flexi Flyer. Yes, all those saucers. There's that scene in, I did that. There's in that scene in Christmas Vacation where he's on one of those aluminum things and he goes flying. Well, we were in a toboggan and it was a pretty big one. I think there were 3 or 4 of us on it. And of course it's at night and drinking's been involved, of course. I'm an adult at this point, somewhat of an adult. and you can't really see what you're doing, you know. And apparently, we went over like an uprise, and there was probably about, I don't know, felt like forever drop, but it was probably a 4 or 5 foot drop into what was probably a sand trap on the golf course. All of us went flying, and literally, we had the wind knocked out of us, and we're kind of laying there like turtles on our backs, kind of gasping. Toboggan, yeah, yeah. Well, then occasionally somebody would. Well, I said, oh, that reminds me of that commercial. There is a commercial with a bunch of old ladies. Yes, I love that one. And she brings them sleds, and they go sledding. The only problem with sledding is to walk back up the hill. Whoops! Oh, I dropped that. Lucky me, it didn't land on my lap, inside down. Okay, so I got the sleds. Alrighty. But typically we just had the little single. But every once in a while, I mean, it was very dangerous. But parent would pull us with a rope very slowly. There'd be maybe, I don't know how many, a rope off the bumper of the rear bumper of a car, and kind of pull us around the neighborhood. Yeah, I couldn't, well, that's true, Roy. Today I could not get back up again. That is for damn, no. No, there's no getting back up. So you better not go down, because you're not going to get back up. I'm not, at least. Not. All right. I think I would like to, let's see what else I got here. I got real big ones of these. And I have a whole bunch. I have one just for Barbara. Barbara. And I've never used it. Barbara. This one's for you, Chicken Pot Pie Society. And this one is just for you. So excited. Oh dear, this is going to be a good one just for you. I'm going to do it over here because I want you to be surprised. This is just for you. Well, speaking of dashing through the snow, when I lived an hour south of Buffalo on Lake Chautauqua, there was a thing called a community called Chautauqua Institute. And it was built by for Presbyterian Sunday school teachers, I think. Oh, thumbs up would be great. And they would go there every summer and be inspired or whatever. But over the years, they built these beautiful, gorgeous Victorian houses with wraparound porches and gingerbread, trimmings all around, and it's been beautifully maintained. It was very hilly, and really no cars are really allowed on the grounds. There's only a couple of cars that are there. Yes, thumbs. Well, you can give me the other finger too. You've got a whole choice. But in the wintertime, they would have horse-drawn rides through the Chautauqua Institution, and the horses would have their, they looked like the Budweiser horses, but they weren't Clydesdales, but they were big horses. They were like Morgans, and you'd get up in the wagon and you'd sit on a bale of hay, and they would go all through the institute, and that was so much fun. All right, this is for Barb Chicken Pot Pie Society. Make sure I put it right side up. All right, here we go. Ta-da! Can you see it's music? It's music for Barbara. Yeah, it's probably it's world famous. And they have in the summer and in the winter time, no one really lives there. There's just a couple of people that live there. But in the summertime, they have guest orchestras, guest lecturers, classes, summer camp for kids. My oldest son Dave worked there one summer as a garbage man, and then one summer couple of summers, then he worked as a sailboat instructor. So we gave sailing lessons through the Institute. And I saw some great concerts there. Saw Peter, Paul, and Mary there live in concert. I saw Roberta Flack there in concert. I saw Ben Vereen there in concert. Who else? Very small venue. And it was like the stage was like here. And then you kind of sat, the seating was semicircle around the stage. Not like Westbury, which Roy probably knows. Westbury was a theater in the round. I saw some really good concerts at Westbury too. So Peter, Paul, and Mary there, and Liza Minnelli there, and Westbury, not at the Chautauqua Institute. But the Chautauqua Institute Theater only held about maybe 5,000 people, so it was really very intimate. Yep. There. So this is the music stamp for Barbara. There it is. I never used it. It looks good. All right. I think maybe, what do you think? A little something that's red in here. And then yeah, Liza Minnelli. That's a long, oh my God. That's, well, I was probably 21, so that's 54 years ago. Yeah. That was quite the concert. And there was somebody in the audience too that was famous, and I can't remember. How about that in red? We'll try that in red. And I have red, but I don't know how red it is. You know, I haven't used it in a while, and it may be a little, let's see. I have that, but the oxide crackling campfire, these things really keep they are super red-ish. So let's try. Well, I think if I'm gonna, maybe we'll do this one, right? This, I know that'll be juicy because he seems to remain juicier than, and I don't have a re-inker for this one. So let's see. We'll keep our fingers crossed. At Joann's, oh wow, that is so cool. Oh no, no white embroidery thread at all? How could that be, Barbara? All right, I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll find out in a second here, right? Let's stick this like right here. That's okay. Can you see it? Let me see if I can zoom in using the software. I know there's a way that there should be a way I can do this with like a key on my keyboard, but I haven't figured out how to do that. I don't know. Is it in focus though? I can't tell. It's okay. Let's see, focus. Focus, you freak. Well, I'll do another one. Okay. We just need some red. A little red here. A little red here. Oh, wow. You probably made her feel old, huh, Becky? Yeah, when I run into parents of kids, I'm amazed. You know, they're. Well, this one kid I had in the 8th grade, now he's a gastroenterologist, the head of the gastroenterologist. Well, he's the head of the gastroenterologist. That's not the right word. Department at the University of Miami Hospital. I had him in the 8th grade when he was a typical goofy 8th grade boy. Let's see. Saw her Pennsylvania. Just saw her in Pennsylvania. She was awesome. Who did you just see? I'm missing. Who did you just see? Not Michaels. Gastroenterology. Thank you. Huh. I'm trying to think. Yeah, well, we used to go to concerts all the time. Back in the day, right? And used to hang out. Oh, bye, Andrea. I don't know how long ago Andrea left. But bye. Have a good day. Used to go into the city. No, absolutely not. He was your typical goofy 8th grade boy. And he was a, so-so student. Nice kid. Wonderful family. I thought someone said bye to Flo, and that's Andrea, I think. I could be wrong. I kind of like that. That kind of gives it a pop of, that red is a good red. That's a juicy red. Okay. Well, I think I've done enough of this, but I can use this. This will be a nice kind of piece of collage. And when you put down tissue paper, of course, oh, that's archival ink, so that'll be all. But I will have problem getting this oxide wet, so I'll have to be very cognizant of that. That's a fancy word, cognizant. Well, let me do this. This is probably going to ruin it, but you should. I'm going to. This is a sponge, as you can see, shaped like a Christmas tree. And you can cut out a whole bunch of these, and they make really cute little stamps. So, do I dare? I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. Let's see. Do I have green in regular ink? Not oxide. I might. But again, these are so old. I got blue. I got this green. I don't have very many of the archival, Ranger archival inks. I bought all these little things. I bought a complete set of these. I think these are these waterproof or not? Does anybody remember? The Distress ink? I don't remember. No, we'll try it. This is all dried out. Yeah, there's not much juice in this. I know people give them a spritz of water. But you get an interesting kind of pattern when you use a sponge. And I'm thinking this maybe is not the place to put this on this particular thing, but you know what? What the heck? What the heck? Hi, Dar. Oh, no distressing. Okay, well, that's okay. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. And I'm sure this is even drier or outer than that. Oh, it's not. It's interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's do this. Oh, that's right. Kim, you went to the dentist, didn't you? Yeah, you can't see that. All right, that was not a good idea. Not a bad idea, but not a successful idea. Sorry. Kimberly went to the dentist. I think that's what you said earlier today. You had to go to the dentist. Oh, I can't leave that at 2, can I? No, 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 no 2, no 2. Let's put a third one on. Thanks, Kimberly. Poor dentists. No one wants to go to the dentist. They have the highest suicide rate of the professional people, which makes sense. My ex-brother-in-law told me that. He's a dentist, or was a dentist. And he took care of everybody in the family's teeth for free. And he was a funny guy, and he would tell you the dirtiest jokes while he was working in your mouth. And you couldn't laugh because he had, all that. And his dental hygienist, God bless her, but she was used to his dirty jokes. That one didn't come out. That one came out pretty good. Let me just move that. If you can see it, it's right there. No, you can't see it. That one looks pretty good though. But I have 3. Hi, Teresa. I was thinking of you the other day because I was thinking about the game that I designed. Where in the world is my mail or package? I actually bought some not MBA board, but that board, it's kind of pressed fake wood board. And I thought I would make the game on that. And put it, and make it a real board game. MDF. Thank you, Becky. That's what I was trying to get at. MDF stuff. So, but it's not big enough because the game that I made was it was a pizza box. And when you opened it up, and I made all the playing pieces. Teresa played it. Teresa and Mrs. Gigi and myself, and I think Mrs. Gigi won. I should bring that out. That was a good game. I had a lot of fun designing that game. I even went online and read up about game design and all of that stuff. So let me show you the thing. I like that. That's fun. So tissue paper, right? Get out your tissue paper and Christmas stamps and take them for a ride. Hi, Devin. Then Devin's on at 2:30 today. You're doing jelly plate printing? Yeah. It was only played once. And I made I had those little plastic dominoes, and they were the pieces. And I had dice, and basically you had a package. I think that is Eastern time. Correct, Devin? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Eastern. And as your package went through the trials and tribulations of getting from point A to point B, you would have, mail lost, uh, truck breaks down. I mean, I came up with all sorts of things that would happen to your mail. And as we all know, I've been very lucky with my mail here. I don't know. I know a lot of people have had issues, but I honestly have not. And I probably now will, because I just said I have not. So, you know how you jinx yourself? So, oh my God. Wouldn't it be great to have a crafting area that was really big enough to craft in? So you didn't have stuff stacked on top of a waste paper basket and on the floor and on a TV table and elsewhere. All right. This is what I made yesterday. And it's a loose leaf that I took apart a loose leaf to make another loose leaf. If that makes any sense at all, that's what I did. I took apart a loose leaf to make a loose leaf. And let me come back out. Let's see if I can do that. There. Come up like so. There. Kind of like so. So I had a loose, I had a little 1-inch loose leaf. I took it apart and took out the mechanism. Now you can buy the mechanism. I could have bought a 6-ring loose leaf mechanism at Amazon, but I didn't want to wait. So this is Seth Apter's new materials. And so, whoops, all this stuff out of here. So this is it. And here's I glued this down. These are the tags. That's the Christmas tag, and these are the 2 tags I made on Sunday's stream. And I just opened my junk tote drawer, and started just yanking stuff out. And that's a shaker card. And I've got some material here. I'm probably going to sew in a pocket here, like so. So this is what I did. This is, so I made this for the Decem ephemera that Louisa and Barbara are doing. And now I don't know whether I want to do it or not, but anyway. And what's here is it's a paper bag, like a shopping bag. I got it. I bought 4 different patterns. I bought it at Spectrum Art Creations on one of her Saturday sales. And oh, Teresa, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in pain. I'm sorry. Oh, it's too bad. That's not cool. Pain is so debilitating. So what I glued this down with is that double-sided carpet tape. And I cut, this is regular loose leaf, and I cut that all away just to get this. So, and that's it. Oop. And it's like a very floppy loose leaf. But the tags, I mean, I'm just sticking the tags in there for now because I honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Again, I'm thinking of doing a Christmas, winter solstice, wintry, some sort of thing like that. And I've got some, scrapbook Christmas stuff that I could put in there. But for now, I've stuck these in here. And make some more tags. I haven't made any Christmas cards. Last year, I made a whole bunch. I mailed out a whole bunch. And this year, I know I'm running out of time. And you know what? People don't get them on Christmas. I think people are just happy to get a card. Oh, that's so funny. It was near the house. Oh, thank you, Becky. There's a link to find some Seth Apter fabric. It's very similar to Timmy. Fat Quarter Shop carries Seth Apter fabrics. Yeah, I have a friend. I mean, I'm not a fan of those letters that people send out, and all they do is brag on themselves, which is fine. It's nice to hear that everyone's doing well. But my ex and I used to sit down and make our own up. Well, Bruce lost his job and the cat got run over and we're being evicted, but everything else is fine. So we'd make up this horrible kind of letter where it was all bad news. Just, we never mailed them out to anybody. And I have some friends that they typically mail theirs out in February. And you're right, it doesn't matter. It's happy mail, right? Whether it's a Christmas card or a tag or whatever, it's just something you get in the mail. I might be in trouble. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't remember. I got a discount when I bought all 4 designs from Maddie. And I don't know how big it is, but this is all that's left of it, this one pattern. So here are the other ones I got. This. So that looks like 18 inches, right? And then however long it is. And then there's this. Hi, Janet. And then there's this. They're very similar, and they're very Timmy representative. And this is very much like this. Because it has Journey and it's got this, but this is in black and white and this is kind of in color. So these are very similar. But when I saw them, I couldn't resist. I just like these colors. And then this one with the typewriter. So a lot of this is repeated, And I think it's the same company that prints Timmy's fabric is printing Seth's fabric. Free Spirit Fabrics. Storyboard by Seth Apter. And then there's that one. So I could conceivably make, since that one loose leaf thing I made basically took almost all of one of these. I could conceivably make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of those journals. What I would do with them, I have no idea. I don't really sew either, Devin. It's a new, well, I shouldn't say it's a new venture. Thanks to Becky and Deb Farrell, I have learned not to be afraid of a sewing machine. I started out with a $59 little sewing machine that I loved, and it was a workhorse, and it sewed through cardboard and everything. And then I upgraded to a Brother, and I got it out of the box, and Deb Farrell and Becky, they all helped me get it up and running, and I didn't like it. I don't know why. I just didn't like it. And I bought it on Amazon, and I love Amazon because it's so easy to return stuff. So I packed it all up and I returned it. And I continued with my $59 no name sewing machine that had a, hi Nettie, had a metal bobbin, not a plastic bobbin, for probably another, I don't know, almost another 7 or 8 months. And then I ventured out again, and I bought a Brother, and it's way more machine than I will ever use because it even has a quilting table. But I went online and said, what's the best blah, blah sewing machine under, I don't know what I said money wise. And this one popped up, and I read some reviews, and I bought it, and I kept it. And I'm very happy with it. But I'm sewing, well, I made a pillow with the help of Ruth Lamb. And I've made, actually that doll, I think I made that doll. That doll was made with the old sewing machine. So, okay. The other thing I was experimenting with, and I'm going to finish it, and I kind of made a prototype that was a disaster, but this one's going to work. I figured I can make my own loose leaf, and you too could make your own loose leaf, and you could make it any size you wanted. You can totally customize a loose leaf, any kind of loose leaf you want, as long as you've got these, right? And I've got these rings in 3 sizes. This is the medium size, and as you can see, this is a Cheez-It box. This is the family size box. And I cut down this part to make it a little bit narrower, and I glued this. This is double-sided tape. And then instead of having these float around, I tried this out, and I know it kind of works because I did it. And so I'm going to show you. The first one I made, these rings were flopping. Well, they ignore each other. Ah, of course. Your lap is prime real estate. Prime real estate, Devin. You know that. Have you ever seen Becky's lap? So, there. Now, I found out by trial and error, if you punch these holes too far apart, these become very floppy and they don't stand up. You have to be fairly close together, and I found that out by trial and error. See, that's standing up. It's not floppy. The first one I made, the holes were too far apart and they flopped. And they would probably eventually stand up if you put stuff in it. But you could make, and I made this, punch this hole just a wee bit bigger in order to accommodate the hinge thing. So you can make one with the smaller ring or the bigger ring, or this is the medium size ring. You just kind of there, slide that through, come up, come up, snap it, and then you got to kind of persuade it to get there, and then it stands up. Don't miss the litter box. Yeah. My Lily is not. There's something going on with her, and I finally, folks have listened to me bitch and moan about Lily and her behavior. I finally have made an appointment and take her to the vet on Monday. So she just viciously attacked me last week. I mean, tore my arm up. I normally put a Band-Aid on it. It's almost healed now, but I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, and that's not her. That's not. And she started nipping me a while ago, and I went online to find out what would cause that, and they said that means the cat's probably in pain, and to go to the vet immediately, which I did, and that was about, I don't know, a year or so ago, and they gave me pain medication that I could only give her once every 3 days, and she's got arthritis like me, but I don't nip anybody. So there you have a loose leaf. And the nice thing about this is these rings are standing up, but again, the trick is you got to keep the holes. I would say these holes are probably a 1/4 inch apart, and then you only have this little bit on the binding. Yeah, me too. So, and then you could easily, if you wanted to, you could fashion something over this, you could maybe bend some paper. But you can see you have very little of this hanging out. So there's a loose leaf. So I'm happy with how that worked out. And again, the first one I made, I punched these holes too far apart, and these were all floppy. Do you not use any reinforcement? I didn't, because this is pretty sturdy cardboard. I would use reinforcements for any papers that I would put in here, if I'm going to make something like December There, one prompt is a butterfly and 2 torn things, and they had the butterfly as a freebie. So if I did this, I would punch these and I would put reinforcements on this. No one is. Yeah, that's right. You got it. I don't think this would be necessary because this is pretty stiff, but that's a good question. So I wanted to show you now it's not a prototype. I can actually use it. And actually, and the other nice thing about this, I just thought of this, I could take these rings out and then I can start to make my Christmas, winter solstice journal, right? If I take these out, then I can lay this flat, which I'm going to do. So, and then I'll take them out like so. Now, of course, you've got to be aware of, you got to make sure this part of your thing is wide enough to accommodate your rings. I think the big rings would be too big, but see how easily they came out. Now I'm sure. Ta-da! So let's decorate this. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. All right, let me I bought a pack of rings that came three different sizes. Just hang on one second and I'll tell you exactly what I got. I mean, you could use whatever. Cereal boxes. Cheese boxes. Okay. So this is the 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inch. I got them on Amazon. Casmi binder rings. And I'm using the medium. So this would be too big for this binding, I think. And you can go real small if you just want to make a little. And if you wanted to make it 6 rings, 3 space 3, you could make it any size you wanted. So I'm using, I guess this is the this would be the 1.5 rings. So, but I can glue this paper down. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a master board, a Christmas master board, but I'm going to make the master board on this. Yeah. I love master boards. Let's make a Christmas master board. I've got little envelopes and things filled with Christmas pieces, bits and pieces of Christmas past. Oh, I even put this in red. I wonder if I did that on purpose. Who knows? Right? Ooh. Oh, look, here's a master board that I made. Christmas master board I made a couple of years ago. Didn't print out well. Here's another one. So let's do that. All right, I don't want that, but let's do another master board. Of course, you have to have music, right? Oops. Got to have music. And I happen to have some music right here. So let's start out with some music. Ooh, look what I have too. Well, this can go on the inside. That came out of a magazine. Isn't this cool? Came out of Town and Country magazine. They'll go on the inside. That's Graphics Fairy stuff. Oh, that's my jelly plate attempt of a collage. I did a collage, and then I took the collage and I jelly plate printed it on my 5x7. And that's my attempt at a Christmas tree. But let's put down what are we doing on time. Okay. Let's glue down some music. Got to have some music, right? And let me get a glue stick here. And you can glue right on this since you're going to be covering it anyway, right? When I was still teaching, one at the end of the school year, I went to the music teacher and I said, "You wouldn't happen to have any sheet music, would you?" "Hi, Julie," lying around. And she laughed. She said, "Yeah, go into the music room and look underneath the piano." And under the piano was like 2 or 3 boxes overflowing with music. So I just grabbed a whole bunch of it. And some of it has notes in it from, I guess her. She must have been giving, you know, lessons to some students, private lessons or whatever. So there were notes. All righty. So we got some music and we got to have text. Those are just things that you have to have. They're kind of obligatory. Text and I got some old text here. I mean, this is the Los Angeles Times. You know how old that is? Oh, this is my dad. Oh, this is the Japanese ace pilot that my father was given credit for shooting down. And they met on the Today Show umpteen million years later. And they asked Sakai whether he had ever met my father. And Sakai said, "No, this is the second time I'm meeting him. The first time he shot me down." And my father, being the humble person that he was, he said, "I didn't shoot him down. My gunner did." And it took place over the Battle of Guadalcanal. All right, I'm not going to tear this up. And he gave my father a tie tack with a Jap Zero with a diamond in the middle of it. Yeah, and he survived. He lost an eye and he managed to fly back. And he wrote a book called Winged Samurai, which I have a copy of. Huh. I don't know what that's doing in there. Wow, it shouldn't be in there. Not good at all. All right, I know I have some regular text. I don't know how that ended up in there. It's not cool. All right, let's do a little Reader Digest stuff. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Yep, bang, bang. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. I used to love that song. Who sang that? I shot the sheriff. Who sang that? I shot the sheriff. I can't remember. I just went totally blank. Hi, Violet. Good to see you. And again, thanks for the recommendation, Irma. I think Irma's going to be my next reading venture for your reading entertainment. I have another book, though, by Nora Eric Clapton. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. My favorite album of his is Eric Clapton Unplugged. Remember when everyone was making unplugged albums? That's a really good one. And that tragic story about what happened to his son. Oh, come on. I thought I had more text here. Well, I'll use this. This is not really the best, but it's faux text. Bob Marley. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yep. That was a reggae. Yep. That's right. I forgot that too. Bob Marley. reggae. It reminds me of Harry Belafonte. Day-o, day-o. I always thought he was saying day old, like day old bread, but that's not that. He died recently, didn't he? Harry Belafonte? My older brother, loved Harry Belafonte. He was a good looking man. Woo. All righty. All right, so we have the obligatory music and text. So now let's get some Christmassy stuff. Let's reach into my Christmas thing and let's see what I can pull out here. I don't like any of it. Oh, this is all the trim. No, I don't want that. No, what the heck's that? Okay, that's the trim to make Christmas cards. So I don't want that. All right. Sorry. I might make Christmas cards. Let's use this. We'll use some of this, even though the stamping came through. We'll just tear some of this. Tear it towards you. Tear it. Huh? Let's do this. Day-o, day-o. Yes, it's very, yes, that's a good point. It's very vacay. Yeah. You can smell the coconut oil scented suntan lotion. Because you can. I was out on the porch having breakfast this morning, watching Dee Dee, and there was a bang and a thud, and a bunch of palm fronds came crashing down. And it was a golf ball, an errant golf ball that was doing some trimming of the tree, so to speak. I'm happy it was trimmed the tree and not break a window in my house. I'm still a little perturbed that the last time my window was broken, when they replaced the acrylic, they replaced it with a much cheaper, thinner acrylic than the original. I was not happy with that. And they gave me some line that they could no longer get that, and I don't really believe them. See, I've got this here, and I would never use that for a card, but it would be perfect to be on this. I know, I do too, Julie. I do too. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen Beetlejuice all the way through. Yeah, I was going through it, and I like Echo Park, and I was watching May Ken or May You. You know who I May. Yes, I have Cheez-Its. I love my Cheez-Its. I do. I got lots of Cheez-It boxes. That's my go-to. Let's do this here. Yeah. And then I'll just cut that there. Does that work? Yeah. And then I know, I'll put some Christmas washi. And May Ken, I think that, you know who I mean, maybe. She does a lot of scrapbook. And she had a video, and she used an Echo Park Christmas pack. One pack. She made 50 cards out of it. 50 Christmas cards. And guess what? So did I. See, your mom's a smart woman. I have Cheez-Its with my Tito's. That's funny. Just a little bowlful. And for those of you that don't know, Tito's is a Texas distilled vodka from Austin, Texas. This is going to be I think this is going to be kind of nice, right? I could do some stenciling on here. Let's see. From November to March. Oh, they don't charge you? May. Thank you, Ampex. There it is. Ampex, thank you so much. May made it. That's it. That's her. May made it. She seems to be a very nice lady. I have taught you all about Tito's, and I hope Tito's appreciates my my advertising. They could send me a coupon, right, for a discount on Tito's. I wouldn't be angry at that, right? Actually, I went to black or gold. I could, yeah. Gold is always a good choice. You can't, it's like diamonds are a girl's best friend. Gold is a scrapbook paper collage's best friend. A little splash of gold. I have some, what do you call that stuff? Hi, Roseanne. Punchinella, is that what it's called? And that's the Punchinella is what you get when they, is that what sequins get punched out of? Is that why it's called Punchinella? I have some of that. I had some of that. Remember, it just went on the other side of the, and it's those little holes, right? And then, okay, let's see what we got here. I don't want to use that. Let me just hang on 1 second here. I'm afraid to, I could glue that down, right? Maybe, I could do that on the inside. Isn't it Punchinella? Am I saying that right, or am I not saying that right? Lily, I'm not feeding you, dear. You need to go somewhere else. She gets it in her mind that she needs to be fed, and it's dry cat food, which she's not interested in at all. But I go through the motions of putting fresh dried kibbles down in water, and then she's happy. This stuff. Isn't that what sequins are? Sequins are popped out of this, I think. I think it's called Punchinella. I'm guessing now. Yes, thank you. Punchinella, right? You punch it. Oh, good for you, Roseanne. Oh, man, an 8-month and 2-year-old down for a nap at the same time. You're a good girl. Wow. That is really an accomplishment if you put it over. Well, I was going to stencil through that, right? I'm thinking this could go on the inside, right? Of the thing. And look, it's almost perfect. And that would be a nice inside. Yes, sequin waist. Sequin waist. Yep. I'm not sure. I guess I would have to glue that down with, ugh, I hate to say it. Yes, paste. Let me move all these stamps so I can open up another bag of goodies here. Let's see what I got in this bag. Let's see what's in here. I got to finish this. Let's see. All right, what's in here? Ooh, I like that. Little black. Let's see what else is there. Ooh. Ooh, a map. There you go. There's some good stuff in here. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I have some others. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. I was looking for this. Oh, gosh. I thought I had lost it. And there it is. I made this card one year, and not mine originally. I saw it somewhere, and I kind of duplicated it, and I thought I had lost the stencil for it. There's some good stuff in here. Sorry for being so rude. Not showing you. So here's a ratty ass card, but that could be something could be done with that. Look at this. Look what I found in here. See, you swirl all this. You swirl away all this stuff, and you stick it in an envelope, and then you stick it in a folder, and then and I have this from Die Cuts, Greetings, and Twinkle Greetings. How about that? I like that, Twinkle Greetings. Let's see, little extra Christmas. Let's see what we have here. We've got wishes. And look at this. Look, oh, wow, I must have been really energetic, fancy. And we have winter. Twinkle Winter. Come on, there's got to be Wonderland. Why isn't there a Merry? I know there's a Merry Christmas, but not in this. Well, these are little, yeah. Mary. There's a Mary. Mary, I think. There's the Merry Wonderland. Merry Winter. I see the Christmas. I see it. There it is. It's hiding. Here it is. Look. There. Look. And what's that? Noel. So look. Where does the Mary go? Could do that, right? That could go there. I mean, I don't know. It's stuck in here from Peace. And I'll stick them back in there, and I won't see them again for another year or two. I made a Christmas card. This is really, really neat. You take a piece of white, like, cardstock or whatever, and you take a black felt tip pen, and you kind of swiggle like this, and then you draw little light bulbs, little Christmas lights, and then color them in with various markers and colors. And then voila, you have a Christmas card. But I wanted to show you, this is the one I got so excited about because I had no idea where it was. I mean, really, how do you keep track of this stuff? You have like a master index somewhere, like looking envelope Y in under your bed in whatever thing. Where is it? All right, this is it. You're probably saying, what in God's name is that? This is, and apparently I don't have one, but this is a cutout, or a, what would you call this? Not a stencil, what the heck would you call it? Anyway, it's Godzilla and King Kong holding hands. And the caption is peace. And I can't find, I made one of those. And that was my Christmas card one year. And I did it on black paper. And I'm just trying to, oh, look what I found. I love that. And I was hoping I could find one. You know what I mean? One that I could use. I mean, I wanted to, oh. No, that's the no. I guess not. Isn't that silly? Wouldn't you think if you made something like that, you'd save one for yourself just to have? But oh no, wait a minute. Wait, no. Oh boy, that's too bad. That's okay. I can make another one. I could. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I got this. I can stick that on there. I got some good. This is a good little folder thing. Let it snow. That's good. How many of you were, oh, what is this? Do you remember like when you were a kid and, the weather report was, it was for it to snow? I never could sleep. A mask. Yeah. I could never sleep when there was a report of snow. I mean, I can remember as a kid waking up in the middle of the night and looking out the window to see if it had started snow. It started snowing. And that was just, oh my gosh. You just wanted it to snow so badly. And someone was on DD Stream this morning and said that wherever they were in Massachusetts. And it had snowed. And they had gone out for a drive. And they were commenting on how pretty that, that first snowfall of the season. And how it's just hanging on the trees. It's just, there's such a peaceful feeling about it. I'm talking, I want to make a point that it's the first snow, not the last snow or the middle snow. It's the first snow. And after that, it's not fun anymore. It's like a mask. It's like, what do you do when you trace a thing out like this? I'm lost for my words, but right? Anybody? It is a mask, I guess. Isn't that the opposite of a stencil? Did it snow in Rhode Island? Well, this person said Massachusetts because I distinctly saw the M-A. But I would imagine if it snowed in Massachusetts, you guys probably got some snow in Rhode Island. I guess this would be the mask, right? That's the opposite of stencil. It's not fun anymore. No, it's not. I used to be absolutely terrified, literally frozen in fear to drive in the snow. Absolutely terrified beyond words. And it took me forever. I was yes. Um, I, I couldn't do it. I mean, I was terrified, and I couldn't drive, be a passenger for the longest time. And then I got over it, and I learned how to drive in the snow. You know how you drive in the snow? Slowly. And let all those assholes go zipping by you. I mean, I had to learn and get over that because I was commuting 60 miles away in the middle of the winter when I was getting my master's degree. And I had to drive through the Allegheny Mountains and through the Indian Reservation. And, you know, matter of fact, the last night of class, which we all had to give a presentation as our final exam, right? I'm just trying to, it had been snowing all day. Yeah, I had all weather radials, I guess. And so I left early. Normally it was an hour commute in good weather. And I left, I gave myself an extra hour. And it was still snowing heavily, lake effect type of snow. You know, when it's snowing so hard, it feels like, if you ever had this experience, it's snowing so hard, it feels like you're driving backwards. The way the snow hits the wind, literally, it looks like you're driving backwards, even though you're driving forward. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but it's a weird sensation when it's snowing that hard. It feels like you're moving backwards. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm trying to remember, something must have happened, right, that put the fear of God into me. And then somehow I just decided, you know, you have that talk with yourself, get over it. And I did. The worst thing is when a tractor trailer would pass you, they would create a whiteout because all the snow on the top of the tractor trailer would come blowing off, and all of a sudden you had like a whiteout. And a whiteout is, imagine you're driving along the road and someone throws a white sheet across your windshield and then whips it right off. So for about 30 seconds, you can't see anything. And then you can see again. I ended up in several ditches. Never hurt. Vehicles were never hurt. I can't remember what happened. Oh, wow. That's amazing. It's so bad. You would think it would be really good. Where I lived outside of Buffalo, snow plowing was exceptionally good. They did an outstanding job. Oh, thanks for letting us know, Becky. Yeah. And Dorothy Gibbs lost her sister the other day, too. She told us, I guess, I'm not sure when. Was it Monday at Dee Dee's? Or Barbara, no, Barbara at Barb Owens, she told us. I think Monday night. Okay. I'll cut these guys out and put in their mouths, and so you can see how cool this is. And it really has to be like a black silhouette for it to really look cool. They're actually holding hands here. And let me just do this. You guys must think, God, man, you're just all over the place. Can you complete one thing? Apparently not. Apparently I can't complete one thing. But next week I can show you. Yeah, it was Dorothy's younger sister. I think Dorothy, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dorothy is like the oldest of among us. I think Dorothy's 90. Is that going through? Yeah, it is. This is what I use to cut stencils with. Ooh. Could you make a stencil of that? And stop. Just finish this, will you? I've been making stencils out of Yupo paper. It's a great substrate. Yeah, it didn't go through. It's because I need a new blade in here. No, it did. Now, I don't think Angie's in here, but I could have sworn earlier today, Dee Dee stream, Angie said that she was, well, I don't know how she worded, but it implied that she had made a wood carved stamp. Now, I could have misunderstood her, but it kind of, I went, huh? Because I know Angie's very mindful or nervous around X-Acto blades and things like that. And I thought to myself, did she just say she carved a wooden stamp? Because that's serious carving. It'd probably be better for me just to take a second and, well, let's do this. I have this itsy bitsy tiny. Oh, I'm frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Screen is frozen. Oh boy. Damn it. Okay. Let me see. I don't see. We had this trouble on Sunday. Okay. All righty. Okay. I see it. I can see it on my iPad. Had same Now I'm back. Had the same problem on Sunday, and I had to go completely out twice. I don't know. I'm just so frustrated. And I don't know whether it's StreamYard or whether it's the computer. I told you that my saga that the guy supposedly fixed my computer or cleaned it up, charged me a ridiculous amount of money, and I've had all this problem with it. And honestly, I hate going back to him because between you and me, he creeps me out. He is an absolute creepo. Just really creepy. Okay, I can use these little scissors. And then they're holding their hands. Godzilla and King Kong holding hands, wishing everybody peace. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, Hanukkah started today. Speaking of peace, and then I immediately thought of Israel and Palestine and Hamas. Someone say that Hanukkah started December 6th? Thought I heard that somewhere. We used to do Hanukkah and Christmas because my husband converted to Judaism, which is fine. I think I've told that story. His grandmother was very upset, very, very upset. She couldn't understand how anybody could do something like that. She was very, very anti-Semitic. Horrible. She actually went up to Burt Lahr, the actor, Cowardly Lion, and scolded him and said to him, "You changed your name to Lahr. You're really Larheimer and you're a Jew." I mean, that's what she said to him. And then walked away. She was very upset. It's the kind of woman she was. Okay. So there they are. And of course, that's the messy side. Can you turn them around this way, right? And got to put their eyes. His eye goes right here. Let me see. Let me just do it in pencil. Let me see. I have a little thing here. I guess his eye doesn't go there. Let me put his eye where it goes. Okay, his eye should go right here. And then he's got a mouthful of teeth. Come down like so. And then Godzilla's eye is up here. And he's got a bigger mouth of teeth, like so. And then I gotta cut these out. I only have eyes for you. Yes. Do I dare try to do this with a white pen? So I'll try it. And then I'm going to say so long because Devin's going to be on. I need to watch more people jelly plate. I think I can do it. I really think I can jelly plate. Every once in a while, you have one that comes out good and you have, there's hope in your heart that maybe I can do this. I've done a lot of ombre. Is the ombre the effect of the colors? I can do ombre pretty good. Let's see. See, this white pen, it just kind of fades, but that's okay. All right, let's do this. There, that's good. So there they are, and they could be put on a really nice piece of white paper. Let's pretend. And that's it. Godzilla and King Kong wishing you peace. And I'm going to wish you peace and get off. I've been on for a long time, and thank you so much for being here. And Barbara, thank you for all your musical notes. And Becky, thank you so much for all of the links. And for everybody else, thank you for just being here. You've made a wonderful hub day. So take care. And I'm going to finish this, my little collage thing, and my Christmas thing, or whatever it's going to be, and I'll show it to you next week. So if you can't be good, remember, be careful. Bye.